Chevrolet sent me 2 Silverados to review for you guys, and I've been able to spend a week with the half-ton and with the 3/4-ton diesel. So here are my 5 likes and 5 dislikes after living with them for a week each. In no particular order, starting with my likes, my like number 1 is that there are a ton of cubby holes and storage spaces in here. So not only is like the center console big and open and the little lift up for the cubby, there's tons of space there. There's tons of space in both doors in the front, even in the back doors. There's just a lot of space in here, and it definitely comes in handy. My like number 2 is the connectivity. This is like a serious workstation. So we've got several USB ports in the front, under this console. Even in the diesel you have the USB ports. Plus we have the built-in Wi-Fi. It's just a great place to kind of work out of, and you even have a little holder for an iPad or a phone or whatever if you need it. My like number 3 is the powertrain, and that goes for both the half-ton and the 3/4-ton. First of all, for the half-ton, the fact that there's a V8 option. You know, I definitely appreciate being able to get a V8, especially a 6.2 liter V8 like we have in this truck right here. And then on the diesel, that Duramax, that whole powertrain there, puts out tons of power, very capable. And this V8 right here that we have, the 6.2, it just sounds great. You can't replace that sound. It's just, I love it. My like number 4 is this cabin is just very comfortable. So we have soft materials under both armrests, on the door, on the center console. These big leather seats are very comfortable. They're 12-way power adjustable on this high country trim. The ventilated portion of the seats, it just works great. You can definitely feel it pumping out some air, and I really appreciate that. My like number 5 is the Auto 4x4 option. Now that's on the light duty that I have right here. It was not on that heavy duty diesel that I had. But if you don't know what it is, so you put it in the auto mode between the 2 high and the 4 high, and you can have it be in 2-wheel drive. But if you get on something slippery, even just wet roads, it will automatically shift into 4-wheel drive. So it's ready to go. It's partially engaged, and then when you need it, you can get all 4 wheels, and it disengages for just the 2. So you're not going to wear it out quite like staying in 4 high. When I lived up north in the snow, I really liked it because I didn't have to have it in 4 high. You could just leave it in auto, and then when you'd hit an icy patch or a road that's just snow covered and icy, you didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to shift out of it. It just worked great. And now it's time for my dislikes in no particular order. Starting with my dislike number 1. Now this is just my personal preference, but on these high country trims, running boards are standard. So you pay for it. Even if you don't want it, it's just standard equipment. And for a lot of people, you'll probably want running boards because, especially in that heavy duty, it's quite a step up there. So it was nice to have it. But if you don't want them, if you are going to go off road and if you need that extra ground clearance, you're going to have to take those off. But it's only on the high country trim, and it's just a small complaint. My dislike number 2 is for the heavy duties. You can't get the Duramax diesel on the LT trim. You have to go to the LTZ trim, which really raises that price up. So if you need the diesel, you're gonna have to spend some bucks. My dislike number 3 is also on the heavy duty. There's no HID or LED headlights. On that high country trim that was over $70,000, we still had halogen headlights. That just doesn't cut it. Now obviously you can put your own bulbs in and replace those. But that's something I definitely expected. My dislike number 4 is both on the light duty and the heavy duty. There's no rear air vents. If I remember right, the previous generation Silverado had rear air vents, but this one doesn't. But good news is the 2019 Silverado will get air vents for the backseat passengers. My dislike number 5 kind of goes back to my likes, but on the diesel, that heavy duty, there's no auto 4x4 mode, which could definitely come in handy, like I was saying before, but you don't get it on that diesel heavy duty that I had before. So those were just my impressions after a week of driving with each vehicle. Obviously, there's so much more to know about each vehicle. If you want to see the full review of the heavy duty or the light duty, please check out the description below. And also on Everyman Driver channel, you should be able to find them on there as well. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. I know that these were just my impressions, and I want to know what you think. So please leave some comments. Be sure to subscribe for weekly videos, and I'll catch you next time.